I should get off Top Chat. Top Chat. Yet again, more problems with the eyelashes this morning, but that's okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's like, it's the challenge. It's the eyelash challenge. Oops. Doesn't always go well. Good morning, everyone. How are you? How are you? How do you do? Good morning to you. Good morning to you. It's Tuesday and we have to hurry 'cause it's time for Tuesday to start. Ooh, it's time for Tuesday to start. Good morning to no one, however you are. If you're watching this later, hello. So glad you're watching it later. I don't really know how to do videos for people that watch later. I should probably edit some shit. But that seems like next level. And I'm not ready. I'm not ready to level up. I think my camera's like a little fucked up. Meow. Meow, 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 meow. I'll hug you and I'll say hello. I think that's okay. Whoops. Maybe it's a little more that way. Okay. Perfect. Carla! Carla is here. How are you, dear? Oh my God. Don't drink a beer. It's 7 in the morning. No. It's actually like 6:33. No, 6:34? I don't even know. 6:33. I was on time. Get out of town, man. Get out of town. How are you, Carla? Good day. Good day, lady. Good Tuesday morn. I wish you a good Tuesday morn. Let's see. Surprisingly awake. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I get it. I get it. I know. I've been thinking about like maybe I should move the wake and bake like a half an hour. But the problem is, here's the problem. The problem is the minute I do that, the Congress comes back in session and then I'm fucked because everything starts at 7. So I really have to start at 6:30 so that, we can kind of like, I don't know, have a chance to smoke some weed before the fucking bullshit starts. I've got severe sleep apnea. Oh, Carla, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. I know. I have a relative that has had for like the 40 years that I've known them. That's bullshit. I don't like it. I know he suffers from the same thing where it's chronic. And doctors are a little perplexed as to what to do. So I'm sorry about that. I used to love my CPAP machine. I had a CPAP machine for a while. God, I love that thing. I'm sorry. I know it was a pain in the ass, but boy, did I get good sleep. Right? Like I got such good sleep in the CPAP machine. Neil, good morning. How are you today? Ooh. Oh my goodness, Jesus. My neighbor is going to work. He's getting his car and starting it with a lurk. No, I don't know. Good morning, Oomph. Oh my goodness. So nice to see you. It's good to see you. I almost texted you last night, but I didn't. Because I thought, sometimes people have lives. I don't know. It could happen. Anyway, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let's see. So yesterday, I get confused about what I talked about, what I didn't. Okay, so yesterday afternoon, I have to tell you about this, okay? I have to talk about this. Because I'm going to have to, I want Bobo and I to actually do a reaction stream to this series because we were both like, first of all, Bobo's the one that found it. And then I watched it yesterday with her. And it's the Chimp Crazy show on HBO. And I get it. I'm sorry. I know it's not an intellectual pursuit per se. But this this show, oh my god, it is chimp crazy. It's there's 3 episodes so far. I don't know if there's more episodes coming out. I suppose there are. I don't really know. But anyway, this story is about different people who have like chimps particularly as pets and the connection between these people and the chimps and what their story is and how they came to be. And it was done by the Tiger King director. This is crazy. But in order to make the documentary, I don't know if it's even true or not. In order to make the documentary, they brought in a proxy director so that the people that they were embedded with as the documentary team didn't know that the guy actually directing the project was the Tiger King director. You see what I'm saying? And then they thought this other guy was a director, so they accepted him, and he got like complete access to this one woman who was embroiled in a controversy about a chimp. Let's just put it that way. And it's fucking cuckoo bananas town. Now, I am also very sensitive to like movies where it's like animal abuse and things like that. So it definitely is one where it will disturb your senses around animal abuse and exotic animal trade and wild animals being in people's homes and shit like that. But what I didn't find is it didn't at least, sometimes those programs for me are unwatchable because of the, the sadness or something. Same with like people stories. There's certain like people stories that I can't watch because it's just too painful. Like I'm a baby. So, but this show I thought actually handled it with some delicacy, and it reignited in me my feelings around exotic animal trade and zoos and stuff like that. So from that standpoint, I think the show's very positive. It's obviously hard sometimes to see animals in small enclosures or things like that. So from that standpoint, I'll warn you that the movie can be triggering. But I think they handled it in ways that wasn't... I don't know. I mean, exploitive is a hard word because anytime you make a documentary about something, you're exploiting it, in some ways. You're sharing it, but you're doing both. And it's very hard to not exploit your subject, right? That's why good documentarians are really good documentarians because they can embed and not necessarily and present as a their story, but in as objective a fashion, or perhaps with the subject of the documentary being at the center of it. So I think it takes a good documentarian to actually do that, and it's not as easy as people think or one might imagine. So that I think Invisibles. Um, that I think was pretty well handled, for the subject matter, because I think the subject matter is hard. Anytime animal abuse. So anyway, I do recommend it if you need a brain change. We watched the first 3 episodes like all at once, and it was probably 3 hours, 2 hours, maybe 2 hours and change, and it was just a good brain turn off. I turned off my brain for like a whole afternoon watching it. So for me, it worked. I know for not all of you, there will be other more loftier pursuits that will give you that brain break that you need, and I love those too. I want us to have reach me a higher love. How about a Dana Rohrbacher toe dip? Oh yeah, I think he's a gateway trader. Yes. Let me write him down. Oh my God, Carla, I was getting so many ideas last night. That was such a good space. I thought that was a really good space. I love Gal so much. I love Gal so much. Yeah, Dana Rohrbacher. We should do like the real Moscow daddies. You know what I mean? Like Dana Rohrbacher, Scott Ritter, Charles Bousman. We should do that. I love the toe dip. That's actually exactly what it is. Let me see what else did I have. Yeah, it's like the Moscow HBO. I know. Well, I'll bet you anything this thing ends up somewhere else. You know what I mean? So I'm sure you'll be able to catch it. I don't know, Max. You might not really. I think you'll find it if you found anything entertaining in Tiger King, you'll find it. You'll find this entertaining, and that's all I can really say. But yeah, no, I'm sorry. I realize it's not free content, which is a bummer. But I'll try and find a free equivalent. Well, you're watching one right now. How about that? I think that's an excellent. That's an excellent. I am the alternative. I just told you, chimp crazy. I just told you the whole movie. Oh my goodness gracious. Let's see what else happened yesterday. Yesterday was Monday. God, it felt like the longest Monday in the fucking world, right? I don't know about you, but my Monday was so loud. The Real Housewives of the Insurrection are more than enough drama for me these days. I know, actually. This is definitely, if you wanted to turn your brain off, then you would go and watch this. So that's all. And I'm letting you in ahead of the curve, baby, because this thing's going to blow up like Tiger King did. It's going to be the pre-election Tiger King. So you heard it here. If nothing else. You may not have heard any great information here or stuff that you can actually use, but you'll know. Yeah, the Real Housewives are pretty dramatic. I thought this morning I would finish a couple of the articles that we have on Cheese Bro, if you'll indulge me. And then also, I have an article on Mike Roman because I want to kind of start into Mike Roman. Chimp crazy as opposed to ape shit. They should have called it ape shit, but I suppose you can't because that's not, you can't. Yeah. Damn it. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, so anyway, Mike Roman, I've got some stuff going on him. I'm going to work on that really today because I'll be honest with you, the chimp crazy kind of like took any awake time I had yesterday. So I couldn't like work on the stuff that I should have been working on for today. But I'm not that disciplined. And I gave in and I watched Chimp Crazy. All 3 episodes. It's Bobo's fault. I'm going to blame Bobo. Children. Oh, what are you going to do with your child? You can't give him back. I'm kidding. Anyway, good morning. Smoke weed every day. Oh my God, where's my Snoop? Where's Snoop? Bump, 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 bump. Where is it? I'm not very smooth with this. You know, if I was better, I'd be like super smooth and like really super fucking like, yeah. Let me just hit this button and then I'm gonna fucking blow your mind and you're gonna laugh. But instead, it takes me like 5 fucking minutes. I can't even find it. Can't even. Oh, here it is. Okay, here we go. I need this for a minute. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. Is it even playing? It might even be like turned off. Oh, it's turned. Ah! That was scary. That woke me up. There we go.
Make sure you smoke a sufficient number of joints per day. Make sure you smoke a sufficient number of joints per day. Make sure you smoke a sufficient number of joints per day. Make sure you smoke a sufficient.
Okay, that's better. Does it stop playing? I guess it does. Does it? All right. If you hear it, let me know. I can't hear it. I suppose if I turned up my sound, that might help. Anyway, doesn't matter. Yeah. I'm just very lazy this morning. Can I be honest with you? I'm really lazy. Like, I could literally just sit here and watch this fire and be like, perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Rudy can't fail. Rudy just should have said no. Here's the thing, though. Rudy is so fucked. Think about it. Think about how fucked Rudy Giuliani is. I don't know what the current story is on his properties. Oh, my God. This is annoying. I'm annoying myself. Bump, 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 boop, boop. Okay, wait, what was I going to pull up? Rudy. Rudy, come fail. Rudy, won't fail. Okay. What is the newest thing? Ho, 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 ho. Oh, here we go. From 11 Alive, which I think is a Atlanta station, if I'm not mistaken. Ex-election workers want Rudy Giuliani's apartment, Yankees rings, in push to collect $148 million judgment. Lawyers for Ruby Freeman and Wandrea Shea Moss urged the U.S. District Court in Manhattan to force Giuliani to turn over his Madison Avenue apartment and more. This is Associated Press. 2 former Georgia election workers who won a $148 million defamation judgment against Rudy Giuliani asked a court Friday to award them the cash-strapped former New York City mayor's apartment and other property as they ramp up efforts to collect on a staggering debt. Lawyers for Ruby Freeman and Shea Moss urged the district court to turn over the Madison Avenue apartment, any remaining cash, and some of his prized New York Yankees memorabilia, including 3 World Series rings and a signed Joe DiMaggio shirt. He talked about those rings, too. He said he bought them. He said they weren't gifts. He said he bought them. Do you believe that? Yeah, good for him. He's something, at least. Pay up. Let's do it. Freeman and Moss also staked a claim to about $2 million Giuliani has said Donald Trump's 2020 presidential campaign owes him, and they sought to take control of another Giuliani property, his Palm Beach, Florida condo, through another legal mechanism known as receivership. Freeman and Moss, the mother and daughter targeted by Giuliani in the wake of Trump's 2020 election loss, are looking to chip away at what the ex-mayor owes them following the collapse last month of his bankruptcy case, which had paused collection. If Giuliani does not turn over his property in a timely fashion, Freeman and Moss's lawyers say they will seek other remedies to wrest control, citing the history of evasion, obstruction, and outright disobedience. That strategy reaches the end of the line here, lawyer Aaron Nathan wrote. Giuliani spokesperson Ted Goodman criticized Friday's filing as a step designed to harass and intimidate the mayor while he's appealing the objectively unreasonable judgment. This lawsuit has always been designed to censor and bully the mayor and deter others from exercising their right to speak up and to speak out, Goodman said. He contends that the justice system has been weaponized against Giuliani and so many others for strictly partisan political purposes. Giuliani, a longtime Trump ally, filed for bankruptcy last December, just days after the eye-popping damages award to Freeman and Moss. The women said Giuliani's unfounded attacks on them after Trump narrowly lost Georgia to Joe Biden led to death threats that made them fear for their lives. As Giuliani's bankruptcy case played out, Freeman and Moss's lawyers accused him of using the process as a bad faith litigation tactic and a pause button on his woes. Creditors accused him of flouting bankruptcy laws and potentially hiding assets. Troubled by Giuliani's repeated uncooperative conduct, self-dealing, and a lack of transparency, U.S. bankruptcy judge Sean Lane decided in July to dismiss the case. Lane labeled Giuliani a recalcitrant debtor and said he had thumbed his nose at the bankruptcy process while seeking to shield himself from the defamation judgment and other debts. Among Lane's concerns were that Giuliani funneled his income, including at least $15,000 a month, from his now-canceled talk radio show into companies he owned, never reported any income from those entities, failed to disclose that he had started promoting his own Rudy coffee brand, and was late to disclose a contract that he has to write a book. Oh. The bankruptcy dismissal cleared the way for Giuliani's creditors, chief among them Freeman and Moss, to pursue legal remedies to recoup at least some of the money they're owed. It also freed Giuliani to pursue his appeal of the defamation verdict. Soon after the bankruptcy case ended, Freeman and Moss lawyers said they filed paperwork regarding the judgment, placed liens on Giuliani's New York and Florida properties, and sent him a subpoena demanding information about his assets. Giuliani had not responded to the subpoena as of Friday, the lawyers said. Giuliani has been trying to sell his Manhattan co-op apartment for more than a year in mounting debt and legal woes. Initially listed for $6.5 million in July 2023, the asking price has since fallen to $5.7 million. During the bankruptcy case, he said that the Palm Beach condominium had been appraised at $3.5 million. In addition to his homes, cash, and Yankees mementos, Freeman and Moss are also seeking to take about 24 of Giuliani's watches, a diamond ring, costume jewelry, a TV, various items of furniture, and a 1980 Mercedes-Benz SL 500. Good morning, peace, love. Hi, Kathy. Good morning, Kathy. Good for Rudy's ex-wife. Yeah. Oh, my God, yeah. I think she knew. The items, including autographed Reggie Jackson and Yankee Stadium pictures, would then be auctioned off with proceeds going to Freeman and Moss, the lawyers said. All told, the property and cash the women are seeking could be worth somewhere north of $10 million, a sizable sum, but just a small fraction of what they are owed. Hold on, I just want to move this so I can see it over here. Bitch, all my bitches. Okay, come on, kitty. There we go. And then you come over here. Sorry, sorry for the interruption. Dun 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 dun. I'm not leaving. What? Oh my God. You are so annoying. Okay. Here we go. So much better. Okay. Okay. In July, wait, no, this is not it. The potential, okay, the north of 20, okay. The potential loss of his possessions is one of a host of legal woes consuming the 80-year-old Giuliani, the former federal prosecutor and 2008 Republican presidential candidate who was once heralded as America's mayor for his calm and steady leadership after the September 11th attacks. In July, he was disbarred as an attorney in New York after a court found he repeatedly made false statements about Trump's 2020 election loss, which he still makes today. Okay? He still fucking makes it today. Rudy Kaludi, Tutti Frutti. Tutti Frutti, Rudy Kaludi. Judy Kaludi. Here we go. He is also facing the possibility of losing his law license in Washington, D.C. after a board in May recommended that he be disbarred. In Georgia and Arizona, Giuliani is facing criminal charges over his role in the effort to overturn the 2020 election. He has pled not guilty in both cases. When he filed for bankruptcy, Giuliani listed nearly $153 million in existing or potential debts, including, hair in my mouth, including the $148 million. Hi, Easily. How are you? Owed to Freeman and Moss, almost $1 million in state and federal liabilities, tax liabilities, and money he owed lawyers. He estimated he had assets worth $1 million to $10 million. In his most recent financial filings, he said he had about $94,000 in cash in hand at the end of May, while his company, Giuliani Communications, had about $237,000 in the bank. A main source of income for Giuliani has been a retirement account with a balance of just over $1 million in May, down from nearly $2.5 million in 2022. I'm going to read that again. A main source of income for Giuliani has been a retirement account with a balance of just over $1 million in May, down from nearly $2.5 million in 2022. Even if you take stock market losses in that retirement account, that means he's just pulling massive amounts of cash out of his retirement as distributions. Wow. And in May, he spent nearly $33,000, including nearly $28,000 for condo and co-op costs for his Florida and New York homes. He also spent about $850 on food. Really, that's it? He may be Nosferatu. And $390 on cleaning services, $230 on medicine, $200 on laundry, and $190 on vehicles. I don't know if that doesn't seem right. All right, that was the end of that article. I'll put that article in there. Yeah, but, well, it's just for men, right? So does it really matter? I mean, okay, that's the link to Rudy Kaludi, Fresh and Fruity. Fresh and Tooty. Crazy. Crazy kids. Yeah, Rudy's fucked. And here's the other thing. Here's why Rudy's really fucked, right? Why he's really fucked is we still haven't. Oops, hold on. Okay, we still haven't gotten to the Noel Dunphy trial. Okay, keep in mind his former assistant Noel Dunphy has well documented a case against Giuliani for sexual abuse and harassment that went on for years. So I don't know if that's, I'm wondering if that's a criminal case or a civil case. It can't be a criminal case, right? There'd be more like arraignments and shit like that. Hold on, let me see. Bum, 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 bum. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I got love in my tummy. Okay. Well, now I don't know what I was looking for. Okay. Giuliani, buy me a burger today. I'll pay next Tuesday. Well, he's going to pay. Oh, that's what I wanted. I want the Noel Dunphy. Docket. Let me see here. Dunphy v. Giuliani. Here we go. Pop, 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 da, da, da. Oh, Okay. Notice of removal from Supreme Court, County of New York. Oh boy. I don't really necessarily know what that means, but that's okay. Okay. Here we go. Let me read it actually before we get too invested in it. Okay, well. Oh my god. Oh my god. Just oh my god. Sorry. Okay, so I'm just going to read a little bit because there's only 4 pages. This is the court docket notice of removal under 28 U.S. Code on behalf of defendants. Okay. Noel v. Rudy Giuliani and all his things. Okay, so please take notice that defendant Rudolph Giuliani pro se, so he's representing himself. Sounds scary. And well, does he have to? He doesn't have to pay himself. Pro se and defendants Giuliani Partners LLC, Giuliani Group LLC, and Giuliani Security and Safety LLC, collectively the defendants, by and through their attorneys, hereby remove an action filed in the Supreme Court in the state of New York, captioned Dunphy v. Giuliani, blah, 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 and bearing index number blah. Commenced, plaintiff Noel Dunphy commenced this matter in the Supreme Court of the State of New York for the County of New York and filed a summons with a notice on about January 23rd and thereafter filed a complaint on May 15th. Attorneys for the defendants accepted service on behalf of defendant. This removal is timely because it has been filed no later than 30 days after service. So this was in this was in June of 2023. What's removal? Is that moving it to a different court? Oh, here we go. Jurisdiction. Okay. Yes, Lolo. That's what it is. The court has original jurisdiction over this matter pursuant to this code, as the complaint constitutes a civil action between citizens of different states. Okay. So it's not criminal. Interesting. In particular, defendant Rudolph Giuliani is a citizen and domiciliary of New York. The other defendants are Delaware limited liability companies. Dunphy is a citizen of the state of Florida. At all relevant times, she spent the bulk of her time in Florida. His removal is proper. Plaintiff brings this action against defendant seeking money damages in excess of $10 million based on allegations inter alia of sexual harassment, breach of contract, unjust enrichment, quantum Meruit, Meruit, and violations of the New York labor law. I've never seen that word before in my entire life. Venue is proper in the Southern District of New York pursuant to 28 U.S. Code 28, blah, blah, blah. Where the removed case was pending because the Supreme Court where the removed case was pending is located within the Southern District of New York. Oh, okay. I see. So they're moving it from Supreme Court. Is that down to the Southern District of New York? Concurrently with the filing of the notice, defendants will file a copy of this notice of removal. Okay, fine. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, that doesn't really tell me much of anything. I mean, kind of. That it's not going to be in state Supreme Court. I don't know what the implications of that are, though, however. Because you've reached the end of my brain. Okay, let me just see if there's anything else really, interesting, notable. Notice to attorney to electronically file cover sheet. Notice to attorney regarding civil case opening statistical error correction. Dollar demand has been modified to $9,999,000. Oh, okay. Notice to attorney. No. Okay. Well, it looks like it's moving right along. I don't know when it potentially could go on trial. But do watch for Rudy Giuliani and Noel Dunphy, because that will be an important case too. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, are there no prisons? Are there no workhouses? I don't really know how that works if you're like completely if you completely have zero uh assets or just not even nearly enough. He's 80 years old. What are they going to do? Why don't they sell him? Could they pimp him out? I'm sure that's not legal. Okay. I'll just put that because even though it's not a terribly, like informative piece of document, it will lead you to the case file. Hello, love. Hello, Jen Griffin. You got a little coffee break, girl? Oh, man, I caught you on your coffee break. Hey, Jen, I caught you on your coffee break. Yeah, yeah. I love you, Jen. I love you, Jen. Um, so yeah, wow, interesting. All right, sweet. Fucking Rudy. Fucking Rudy. Fucking Rudy. I want to wrap up on Cheese Bro this morning, and then tomorrow I'll actually go into Mike Roman. I love you. I love you too. I love you too. God, I love those spaces. I'm terrible at spaces like filling time, as you can tell. I'm hella awkward. Like I'm terrible. I'm okay with it. I understand. I'm accepting it. I'm just saying I'm happy to open the space and like usually I'll just like I have a list of things that are interesting, like have tickled my fancy over the day. But I really don't I'm not very good at like I'm not good at that. I can tell. I'm not good at that. But that's okay. I don't mind because I think the purpose is just to open the space and really get, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's okay. I think I'm all right with it. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be. All right. Let me show you. It's time to take the campfire away. Goodbye, campfire. We got to go now. Campfire, you gotta go. It's organic. Oh, that's good because it always feels really awkward to me because I'm like, I just keep talking and that's the one part I think I need to, I talk too much. I talk too much, which is why I started a show because I talk too much. And so I thought, well, I'll talk too much online. Why not? Everybody else does. Why not? Okay, wait. Where was I going? Fuck. God damn it. All right, campfire. Yeah, I'm turning that off. Shit. If I only had a brain. Ooh. Ooh. I do. I love your psycho. I love it, Jen. Please. I want all of it. I want all the Jen Griffin comments. At least I'm normal and talking. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, it's a low bar these days. Okay, the bar is so low, so very low for entertainment. What in the world? Yeah. So, yeah. Well, I don't know. Somehow it feels like a good thing to do. I don't know. Certainly makes me feel better. I always feel great by the end of them. And of course, the more that people like 5G and Jay Rance and Chywini and Kira Bell and all those people, the more that you guys come up and talk, the better the space is. That's what I notice, frankly. Otherwise, it's me going, oh, well, okay. And then today I stubbed my toe and it hurt really bad. Real, real, real bad. Lee, good morning, my darling. How are you? I hope you're having a good day. So far, so good. I think all things being equal. We'll see. I don't know. The day has potential to turn. Right? We all know how that works. All right. I'm going to show you my brain. Here's my brain. It's in Google Drive. That's my brain in Google Drive. That's where I keep my brain anyway. So this was my notes for my Cheese Bro show. Fake orange. What? Face orange raised what? Eyebrows? What is it? I can't even see. Okay, let me move this a little over there and then over here and then over there and now okay. All right. So, as you can see, these are my silly notes. So, we had actually not even read through very much of this to be TBH. So I'm going to go to this New Republic article, see what they have to say. Again, we're on Kenny Cheesebro, this douche whistle right here. And this douche whistle just really, oh man, he is just he better be cooperating. 5G was basically on the train of, well, he's probably cooperating, and that's why you see like a little slap wrist on Georgia as a reminder. It's what was I going to say? It's God dang it. Anyway, it's it's just part of a larger cooperation deal, and this is just one state. So it's the $5,000 he had to pay as a fine, 5 years like probation basically, and 100 hours of community service. This douche whistle. Look at him. He's smiling too because he knows he got away with something. New favorite word. That's right. All right. Trump election fraud. This is the New Republic. Trump election fraud lawyer more deranged than previously thought. Delulu is the Salulu. Kenneth Cheesebro, probably. This is funny. This is from March 5th, 2024. All right. A 1,439 page document dump from a settlement involving Donald Trump ally Kenneth Cheesebro reveals the inner machinations of the so-called architect of Trump's 2020 fake elector scheme. Text messages between Chesbro and another Trump lawyer, Jim Troupis, reveal a man hunting down every possible loophole in an effort to undermine the electoral transfer of power. Republicans have 26 states, Chesbro messaged Troupis on January 3rd, 2021. McConnell should not allow a vote either because Republicans electing Pence would look illegitimate. It would seem like Pence froze the process to become acting president instead of Pelosi. Republicans electing Harris would be a horror, he added, noting that McConnell would need to protest his caucus from such a Hobson's choice. 3 days later, Chesbro attended the Capitol riot, tagging along with a group including InfoWars' Alex Jones. In private messages, Chesbro celebrated having helped devise a plot to prevent Joe Biden's peaceful succession. But hours later, his messaging had changed, instead trafficking conspiracies that the riot had been instigated by Antifa rather than Trump's MAGA crowd. The following day, Chesbro turned his ire onto former Vice President Mike Pence, whom he wanted to publicly blame for the fringe plan's failure, claiming Pence had given Trump and his allies false hope. Kyle Cheney, Twitter, there's a lot buried in these 1,500 pages of newly released Ken Chesbro docs. I'm going to read. I had not even seen this drop. I mean, I'm not a researcher, so you get to see all my ridiculous half-assed research. Including his proposal, texted to James Troupis just hours after the riot to publicly blame Pence's deceitful conduct for causing the chaos. Interesting. Okay, so this is a Ken Cheesebro. I think Pence is a lot to blame for this fiasco. He had top flight advice available to him more than a month ago from his general counsel, a former O'Melveny partner, who said that he'd already studied the historical record of what the president of the Senate had done on every objection. I sketched what we had in mind for alternate electors with Pence not opening envelopes. I detected no enthusiasm for any deviation from the ECA. I now think Pence has decided by then not to do anything to press the envelope or create a test case, but decided not to be straight with the president. If he had been up front, Trump would have known he had no chance to win other than win in the courts or the state legislatures before January 6th. If I'm right, Pence gave him false hope. He allowed Trump to hear of valid legal theories from Rudy and Eastman, which gave him hope, which was crushed when Pence suddenly crushed them at the end. Why did Pence do this? To stall until Georgia runoff was done? If you agree, maybe there should be an effort to criticize Pence for deceitful conduct that led to this chaos. At least Trump was always upfront about how he saw things. I detected no enthusiasm. Okay. Okay, well, you're just writing a lot of stuff. Okay. In other delusional messages, Chesbrough wrote that Trump could potentially diffuse the tension after the riot by inviting Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris over for coffee on the morning of the 46th president's inauguration, and by making a few well-placed jokes. Last month, Chesbrough was caught lying to Michigan prosecutors about his social media presence ahead of and during the scheme to overthrow the 2020 election, hiding an account with dozens of posts that reveal his role in the plot and illustrate a far more aggressive election subversion strategy. Oh, have things changed then? Maybe you're not the darling of the prosecutors anymore, Kenny? What's the frequency now, Kenneth? Chesbrough has stuck a plea deal in Trump's Georgia election interference case and has so far managed to skirt charges in other states affected by the fake elector scheme thanks to his cooperation with prosecutors. But all that could change with the attorney's true opinions and dirty laundry in the air. But I notice it hasn't. Changed. Okay. Thank you. Let me give you this one. I'm going to give you this one, and I'm going to give you that one, and then I'll do this one and that. Where is my... Yeah, here it is. Here is the New Republic. New Republic. I don't know how to spell. At least I didn't say pubic. Do 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 boop boop. Okay. What's the frequency, Kenneth? All right, and then I saw this Forbes profile in 2024 as well in February. Let's see if there's anything worth reading in here. And I have feelings about Forbes. Who is Kenneth Chesbrough? Oh my God. Okay, yeah, all right, we get it. You have ads, you want to... Oh my Lord. Stop. I hate everybody and everything. Okay, what are you going to do? Oh my frickin'... This is the worst. I fucking hate you, Forbes. I hate you, Forbes. Let me tell you how much I fucking hate you. Bitch. Okay, we'll get through this as fast as possible. Jesus Christ. Okay, this is the Forbes article. Top line, Kenneth Chesbrough, the ex-Trump attorney behind the former president's 2020 fake elector scheme, tweeted anonymously about how state lawmakers could reverse President Joe Biden's election win and later hid the account from investigators, CNN has reported, bringing new attention to the once unknown lawyer. Well, he wasn't totally unknown. Chesbrough, the key facts. Chesbrough laid down his brazen fake elector scheme in a memo obtained by the New York Times dated December 6, 2020, and we know another one in November 18th, calling on GOP electors in 6 swing states to cast new ballots for then-President Donald Trump and send them to Washington for a J6 congressional certification as though Trump had been elected, or at least to defer. According to this strategy, Trump would force lawmakers, the media, and the public to focus on the substantive evidence of illegal election and counting activities in the 6 contested states, Chesbrough wrote, while former Vice President Mike Pence would then either delay the vote count or block the confirmation of the election, which Pence refused to do. Chesbrough, however, admitted that he was not necessarily advising that the strategy be implemented and that there are many reasons why it might not work. Chesbrough, who is believed to be an unindicted co-conspirator in the Department of Justice indictment of Trump, has faced criticism over his role in the fake electors plot, though he hasn't faced the same fate as former Trump attorney John Eastman, the former legal scholar and so-called mastermind behind the dubious fake electors legal theory, who is facing disbarment. He is disbarred and reportedly concerned about facing federal charges. Oh, is he? Sad. However, Chesbrough did plead guilty to a felony count of conspiracy to commit false documents in the Georgia election subversion case that led to criminal charges against Trump, and has also testified in front of a Nevada grand jury and been in contact with Arizona state prosecutors. And I think we now know he has been named in Wisconsin. So that's another one I need to find out a little bit about. Okay, Chesbro was also one of 5 Trump aides and lawyers to receive a criminal referral last December from the committee following its 18-month investigation, along with Eastman, Trump's former chief of staff Mark Meadows, and attorneys Rudy Giuliani and Jeffrey Clark. Jeffrey Clark, as well as Trump himself. Jeffrey Clark, you'll remember, is the former environmental lawyer, and I say that lightly because he also represented Exxon in their big oil spill. I think it was Exxon, maybe it was someone else, but anyway, so Jeffrey Clark has recently at least had his law license in DC suspended for 2 years, and I'm sure there's probably more to come, but they did a pretty half-assed job. I love Phil Fox. You all know how I feel about Phil Fox at the Board of Professional Responsibility in the DC bar. I love that man. I would, if he said, come away with me, I probably would say, okay, where are we going? I might ask first where we're going. But anyway, my point is I very admire that man. And he probably I just don't think he had it in him to do this one. I don't know why. It just didn't seem very good. It wasn't a good one. Teresa, you don't have to be awake. We don't require that here. You just have to sit back and listen. You could fall back asleep, frankly, listening to me talk. That would be, I'd be so honored. Chesbro was also, okay, we did this. All right. CNN reported Monday, and this was again in March of 2024, that Chesbro had maintained an anonymous account on Twitter in which he tweeted about strategies to overturn Trump's 2020 laws. According to I could not believe when this happened, but here we go. According to the report, Chesbro promoted a far more aggressive. This picture is absolutely disgusting. How do I get rid of this? Okay, thank you, because that is grossing me out. Okay. Chesbro promoted a far more aggressive plot than he had admitted to investigators, laying the groundwork on X for a scheme to overturn the results of the election, even in the event Trump lost his legal battles. Despite later claiming that the fake electors were primarily a backup plan in case Trump won his legal cases, Chesbro denied using X when asked last year by Michigan prosecutors. His legal team, however, told CNN the account in question, Badger Pundit, belonged to Chesbro, though they downplayed his post as a random stream of consciousness and separate from his work with Trump. The Trump attorney does not face any charges in Michigan, where he has been cooperating with state investigators. Bitch. Despite his connection with Trump, Chesbro had promoted a swath of liberal causes as a lawyer and was registered as a Democrat as recently as 2016, the Washington Post reported. Chesbro's memo shows how his fake electors scheme developed quickly in the months after the 2020 election. That memo was dated 1 month after a previous memo to Jim Trupis, a Wisconsin attorney who challenged the results of President Joe Biden's win in the state, in which Chesbro laid out the fake electors plan as an effort to protect Trump's rights if he won in a future court battle and was declared the winner in that state, using the fake electors' ballots as evidence. 1 month later, however, Chesbro reportedly had made the scheme a central tenet of his plan to overturn the election nationally, writing in the December 6, 2020 memo that it seems feasible that the Trump campaign can prevent Biden from amassing 270 electoral votes needed to win the presidential election during a congressional proceeding to confirm the results of the election. Trump pled not guilty in August to 4 felony counts following the DOJ's investigation into the former president's efforts to overturn his 2020 election. Okay, so he's going into this. We now know that the indictment has been superseded by a simplified indictment in response to the Supreme Court case, where there is a certain amount of immunity for conversations had between the president and members of his administration or the Department of Justice or whatever. So Jack has taken that indictment and since carved it down, as we had read last week. So if you haven't seen that, we did read that superseding indictment. That's a previous show. And you can take a look at that and listen to it. There we go. So that I think is denied any wrongdoing, First Amendment speech, turnover. Okay, blah, 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 whatever. Oh, wait. Trump's legal team has had significant turnover over the past 3 years as the former president faces a slew of legal battles. Nearly a dozen of Trump's attorneys have departed. Nearly a dozen, including Jim Trusty, who abruptly withdrew from Trump's criminal defense team in the DOJ's classified documents investigation. And following John Rowley, Tim Parlator, Rudy Giuliani, Cleta Mitchell, Sidney Powell, Brian Hughes, Linda Kearns, and John Scott. Oh my God. Not to mention all the other lawyers. Make lawyers get lawyers. Okay, so that's the Forbes. That is the Forbes. Oh, whoops. Never mind. Copy. Okay, thank you. Where am I? I can get rid of that. Oh, here, this is it. So this is the Forbes. Okay. Did Cheesebro? Oh, yeah, in the 2010s. Let me see. Well, you know what we'll do? We know how to do it. We know how to do it. We know how to do it. Hold on. I'm just kidding. I don't know how to do it. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Because that's right. We did talk about that. Oh, dissecting. This is a one I hadn't that hadn't come up in my thing and not related to that question. Just security dissecting Kenneth Chesbro's proffer statement. That sounds interesting. I might pull that up. I don't see any like, hey, remember he was here, but he was at J6. So I don't know. I think he went. What did we talk about last night? Because I thought 5G had good insight on his turn. It seemed to have come like his wife left him. They divorced in 2016. That's when he declared himself unaffiliated or independent. So he switched from being a registered Democrat to being unaffiliated / independent. So there was that. I don't know. But he had been married to his wife for quite some time. So, you know. Butterflies, how are you? Where have you been? Are you okay? Everything okay? Just checking in. 5G said Turning Point. Yes, Turning Point USA. Look for those. Yes, I have the notes from last night too. Believe it or not, I did write some notes about last night as she was talking. I'm like, oh. So, yeah, but it was the Turning Point. Let me see. Now I'm kind of curious. Wait, what? Oh, this is a more recent story from CNN too, just to give you an update. Oh, actually, no, this wasn't that recent. Oh, so I guess Chesbro was cooperating in Wisconsin as of 2023. Let me just make sure that I don't miss any little nugget of information here. Yeah, I guess I think Chesbro's just making his way through pleading all the states. You're okay, but busy. Oh, lounge withdrawal. I know. I'm so glad. I'm glad you're here. I know. Life actually does get, stuff. You have to do stuff. But it's nice to see you. It's always nice to see you. So, you're never out of our thoughts. Let me see if I can find. I can't. I'm gonna have to look at that later because I don't want to like make you guys do this. I will also say that the good news is yet again, California. California knows how to party. California knows how to party. Ooh. I guess they got to him. So anyway, this is the State Bar of California, another one of my favorite websites. But here we go. Ken Chesbro, not eligible to practice law in the state of California. Whoopsie. Whoopsie poopsie. Oopsie poopsie. Oopsie doopsie. Look at that. Blah, blah, blah. Consumer alert. Not eligible. Not eligible. He was suspended in February of this year. What a fucking... all of these guys. All of these guys. And here's Massachusetts. Trump lawyer has his Massachusetts law license suspended. This was March of this year. The Massachusetts Supreme Judicial Court has temporarily suspended the state law license of an attorney who helped orchestrate Trump campaign's 2020 fake electors. But temporarily suspend the license of Kenneth Chesbro, an attorney who practiced in Cambridge and has an address listed in Puerto Rico. Okay, so his criminal conviction, all right, pled guilty. I'm just seeing if there's anything like... The High Court requires that Chesbro withdraw from cases in which he is a legal representative, notify all clients of the temporary suspension, and to close client accounts and disperse or transfer client funds in his possession. The order requires that Chesbro... blah, blah, blah. I wonder if he did. I wonder if he did. Let me see. Let me see if this... Actually, these are all pretty good. And this was a New York Times article from... Where in the fuck was this from? Oh, December 8th. Let me see if there's anything really cool in here. Green and red peppers are almost in. Ooh, and Brussels sprouts? Oh my goodness. I love the... Please give garden updates. I would love to hear garden updates and live through you vicariously. Picked peaches? Oh shit. Late summer peaches? Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Your herbs are all also homegrown. God, you guys are amazing. Can I just tell you that? I really need to get my shit together. Every day I like hear about all your stuff and your stories about gardening and like doing good things. I love peaches. Did you grill them, Max? Have you grilled them before? Have you ever grilled a peach? Holy shit. And get some tahini. Oh my God, forget it. Yum. Oh yes. I know. I love tomatoes though. I love them. But I can't eat them. They make me sick. I don't can, so I guess I'm going to freeze them. Yeah, well, I mean, that's fine, right? That should be fine. I'm afraid to can. I'm afraid I'll kill myself. I love grilled peaches so much. Oh, my God. I love grilled peaches. You probably also, on a sweet peach, could sprinkle a little tahini, you know, that salt, spicy, chili, something. So good. God, I love that. I love that on like melon and oranges and stuff like that. Oh my God. Ugh. That's so good. If you haven't done that, sprinkle tahini on your oranges, you know, your orange slice. Oh, my mouth is watering just thinking about it. I'm going to take a drink of coffee. I can't. I'm afraid of canning. I'm afraid I'm going to kill me or other people. Either it's going to be like a meth lab and explode, or it'll get whatever bacteria it's supposed to get. Not supposed to get. All right. Here we go. You have questions. I have questions too. Hi, Jim. Our fig trees are taking off. Oh, that's fun. That sounds fun. A fig tree. That sounds fun and messy, I would think. Is it messy when all the figs start to fall? I would think that's part of it. I don't know. Do rats eat y'all's fruit trees? I don't know. Well, I mean, obviously, I don't know. No rats. Kathy says no rats on my fruit trees, but squirrels. Squirrels. Fancy rats. That's what those are. Fancy rats. Crazy. Let me see if there's anything in this New York Times article. Yeah. Harvard trained lawyer to help develop the plan. Help develop the plan. Help develop the plan. Case tracker. What? Well, yeah, okay. I do like this. Actually have. Oh, I thought I had this. I guess I don't. All right, fine. Actually, I'm gonna bookmark this. Source documents. Source documents. Source documents. Source documents. Thank you. All right. Where does each case stand? Federal. I know. I get distracted. I'm sorry. I'm easily distracted. Yeah, squirrels. Of all the Italians I know have fig trees. Really? Well, I guess that would make sense. I mean, maybe it would make sense. It depends on where you live, though, right? I mean, what do they need? Jim, they must, I mean, you live down in Florida, I think, so they must need, like, heat, right? I would imagine fig trees need heat, though, given the way the fruit develops. You have a pressure cooker you never use. I'm telling you, I would probably explode, and they'd be like, "Oh my God, meth lab," and they'd be like, "No, peaches." No, she was canning peaches. So boring. We'd be so boring. We don't even have an exciting meth lab. We're just blowing up fruit. I don't know. My mother never did that, right? So I didn't really I wasn't exposed to that when I was a kid. I don't know if you all were. Hi, Grace. We had a fig tree, makes a great canopy, perfect for kids. Oh my God. So wait, here's the other thing though, Grace and Jim, the fig tree experts. So do the figs fall from the trees and then get gross on the ground? I mean, do you have to peaches on kebabs are yummy. Oh my God. Yes. Oh my God. I want to do a summer. I haven't. I actually exist. You know how you used to look at people that live in the TV and you're like, oh, they live in that little box. I pretty much do live in the little box you watch me through. So I need to get out more. I need to do some more IRL stuff. I notice all these people doing IRL stuff and I'm like, gosh, that would be more interesting. It was in the orchard, so I never noticed. It's so interesting. I imagine, some fruit trees are messier than others. A fig tree seems like it might be messy. Although, I guess the figs that we see are really, no, I guess those are ripe. They're not sun-baked or anything, right? They're not altered by things to get that way. No. Okay. Well, welcome to the Fig Channel. We're glad you're here. We're happy you're here. You've arrived at the Canning and Tree Maintenance Channel. Welcome. Come on in to the Canning and Tree Maintenance Channel. Well, today we've got a special guest. Mary will be talking about how she keeps her fig trees neat. All right. Okay. Let's get through this fucking Kenneth Chesbro shit. Come on now. I want to see what this is just a little something. This is 5G. My beautiful friend. State Bar questioned Eastman about the 2-page memo. He answers he gave this memo to Boris Epstein and Kenneth Chesbro. So don't forget, Kenny and Boris too, but Kenny and John Eastman are, definitely buddies. So this must be the memo. Privileged and confidential. January 6 scenario. 7 states have transmitted dual slates of electors to the President of the Senate. The 12th Amendment merely provides that the President of the Senate shall, in the presence of the Senate and House of Representatives, open all the certificates and the votes shall then be counted. There is very solid legal authority and historical precedent for the view that the president of the Senate does the counting, including the resolution. Well, I don't know. That's a lot to pack in the other sentence. Including the resolution of disputed electoral votes, as Adams and Jefferson did while vice president, regarding their own election as president, and all the members of Congress can do is watch. The electoral, we've got, Jim says we've got foxes, coyotes, no squirrels. Ooh, well, that's scary enough. You know how, my classic fear is the bear on the porch. Okay. That's just so you know. If you ever need to say, what was Lolo's greatest fear? Oh, yeah, it was bears on the porch. Okay, let's see. If more than one return or paper reporting to be a return from a state shall have been received. Oh, okay, that's the Electoral Count Act. I don't need to read that. Question. The Trump electors did not have authority, correct? Eastman deflects, referencing that the Kennedy election and contingent electors in Hawaii. State Bar then shows an email from Eastman that states governors did not call the legislations to session, rendering electors without authority. It seems that the memo has been attributed to Chesbro was just confirmed to have been written by John Eastman. Judge Ludwig. Oh, here we go. This actually is a good article. Let me go ahead and I want to bookmark this one. What's the frequency, Kenneth? Okay. Anatomy of a Fraud. This is justsecurity.org. Excellent website, by the way. If let me go ahead and just copy this because this is a great website. I'm sure all of you guys have followed this, but if you don't, this is a good place to get information. When will you come to your senses? You're out riding fences so long now. Freedom. Well, that's just some people talking. You better let somebody love you. I can't sing that high this early in the morning. Okay, Anatomy of a Fraud. Kenneth Chesbro's representation of my scholarship. Oh, this is the Lawrence Tribe thing. We kind of read some of this, but I don't think I'm gonna read it. I don't think I'm gonna read it. And then finally, I did have something. Mark Meadows takes the stand. This is from Lawfare blog. This is also an amazing website. Jesus Christ, there's such good stuff out there. Spiders on the bed is my fear. I should tell you my spiders on the bed story. Marky Meadows. Marky Mark. It's just a good vibration. Feel it, feel it. Come on, come on. That's what I think about when I think about Mark Meadows. It's just a good vibration. Feel it, feel it. Sorry. I can't help myself. Wait, what was I doing? Was the Mark Meadows? Oh, yeah. Okay, it's Monday. Okay, this was from Lawfare blog, and this was August 29th, 2023. This is the removal hearing. Actually, I think I only had one section in here that I really liked or was going to read. Oh, here we go. Well, it's just here. Sitting across the aisle from me, I spot Donald Trump's new attorney, Steven Sadow, who appears to be sporting a pair of crocodile skin cowboy boots. Another Trump attorney, Jennifer Little, is seated next to him. Jeffrey Clark's attorney, Harry McDougald, is also here. And I meet an associate who tells me he is with the firm that represents Kenneth Chesbro, the alleged architect of the fake elector scheme. This is useful because he's able to confirm that it's Chesbro, not Cheesebro. Okay, well, that, I guess, was that the only... I thought there was another mention of Chesbro. It's my job to help the president, and I want to keep him in power, because then I won't go to jail. And I'm I'm scared of going to prison because my name is Mark Meadows. Okay, wait. Okay. In two instances, Meadow disputes what's alleged in the indictment. He first quarrels with the allegation found in Act 9, which asserts that Meadows and others met with a group of Pennsylvania legislators at the White House in late November. I just find this interesting. To discuss holding a special session of the Pennsylvania General Assembly. Your Honor, to the best of my recollection, I was not actually in this meeting, Meadows proclaims. I don't even go to that school. Instead, as Meadow tells it, he was in his office when Pennsylvania legislators arrived at the White House after a staffer informed him that 3 members of the delegation tested positive for COVID. Meadows went down to meet them. I think that's great. He wanted to get COVID. He told them that the 3 people who tested positive for COVID would not be allowed to meet with Trump. Beyond that, Meadows says, I don't recall being in that meeting. I wasn't even there. I wasn't even there that day. Meadows next disputes Act 19 of the indictment, which alleges that Trump and Meadows asked a White House staffer identified as John McEntee. Now, there's another name. God damn motherfucker. Little Johnny McEntee, which is another Gal Suburban specialty. McEntee. Okay. Where is it? John McEntee to prepare a memo outlining a strategy for disrupting and delaying the joint session of Congress on January 6. While Meadows says that it would not be unusual for the chief of staff to ask individuals for memos, he doesn't think he would have asked Johnny McEntee to write a memo like this. McEntee, explains, is Trump's former body man, who at the time was the head of personnel policy in the White House. When this allegation came out in the indictment, this was the biggest surprise for me, Meadows insists. Judge Jones presses Meadows to be more precise. There's a difference between not asking for a memo and not being able to recall asking for the memo, he observes. Which one is it? Jones queries. Meadows, in reply, seems a bit unsure of himself, but ultimately he settles on the former. I can tell you that me asking Johnny McEntee for this kind of memo just didn't happen, he says. I'm just the chief of staff. I'm just the chief of staff. We don't want to get down the Meadows hole too far. Okay. Well, anyway, it was probably just that cheese bro. Cheese bro. Hey, cheese bro. So I guess the bottom line as we wrap up this session on Meet the Maggots is that the takeaway is that if we don't hear really great stuff coming out of Kenny Chesebro's pie hole when it comes to this superseding indictment, it's going to get real. And just that means that I'm probably going to just be mad about it and complain. To be honest, that's pretty much what I'm going to do. So yeah, not that scary. But I just, that Kenny Chesebro basically somehow really got himself entangled in this. Hi, Peace Love. And basically, I really hope we keep an eye on him. And I'm hopeful that he really delivers. Either he really delivers or he really pays a price for fucking with democracy and being so fucking smug about it. Like, I think that's the part that gets me the most is he's such a smug fucking bastard. Did I see Trump with a bandage on his ear? No. Oh my God, really? Oh my God. My dad would give soldiers names so I wouldn't be afraid. Still scream. Oh, spiders' names. Sorry, not soldiers. I still screamed if a spider came near me. Oh, well, what a good dad, though. That's a nice dad. He's trying to make it better. Giving you solutions. I like that. Good dad. Dads can be real good. The takeaway is they are all lying and covering their ass. Yes, thank you, Peace Love. Thank you for that beautiful wrap up. The bottom line is they're all a bunch of fucking lying bastards. So thanks for coming to this first episode or first 2 episodes of Meet the Maggots. And we'll continue the series. Our next up is Mike Roman. We're going to learn a little bit about him. He's connected to Ken Chesbro, so it's a good next step. And then we'll move on. We've got Eric Prince in the queue. If someone wanted to talk about Eric Prince, always enjoy talking about him. I got to reach out to Insider and see if he's around. And then, yeah. So today's Tuesday. There's nothing else from me today. But I'll be back here tomorrow. I'll be back here with weights that I'll be doing to get my arms in shape. And I'll be back tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. Pacific, 9:30 Eastern, everything inside and outside. And I hope your Tuesday's really good. I hope it's, I hope it is calm because yesterday was a holiday. So hopefully everybody eases back into their usual routine. So just be gentle with yourself. You're coming in after a 3-day weekend. Be gentle. Just, go for 60, 70% today, right? Don't go for 100%. Go for like 60, 70. And then, you know what? You're going to be fine, right? You're going to find that you're going to be fine. Okay. All right. I will be gentle with myself too. All right. I love you guys. I'll see you later. Have a great day. I really appreciate you spending some time with me. I can't see my little button. But I really do. I always love it when we spend some time together. I always am happier after these sessions. I can't even tell you. Like there's nothing. I look forward to these so much. So thank you very much. Thanks, butterflies. Good to see you again.